Not sure what to say here, folks. Just thinking. Not very entertaining, I'm sorry. But I got a lot on my mind right now. And some very crucial decisions to make. And I just want to have a live stream going in case. I guess. I don't know. Because I just have to be that way. I want you guys to see it. If you are good people, then you'll see that I'm not a bad person. And I'll stop getting that bad energy. But I can't feel that way right now. I just can't. Not after what happened today. I have to be cautious and reserved. Plain and simple. Just because I can't risk other people getting hurt over stupid shit. Me being stupid in some way or another. I can't do it. So I'm not trying to be a dick. I know I look like I'm being an asshole, but I'm not. It's just the way I have to be. I have to be blunt and straightforward. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I'm not saying I'm not going to leave, but I'm leaving on the 1st. I'm getting out of this place no matter what. So all I can say is, good people, that's when I'm going. Bad people, fuck off. That's all I can say. If you're good people, that's when I'm going. If you're bad people, don't fucking bother, because it's not going to be conducive to you. That's all I can say. If you're all good people, then I got no problem with any of you. And we should all try and figure out some way to work together. And the hardest part is knowing if you're good or not. I haven't been able to get that feeling yet. I don't know. When shit's put in your way to make you feel intimidated like that, it's just it's not conducive to trust, you know? It's more conducive to, we own you, do what the fuck we say kind of thing, you know? And especially when there's more than one party involved, I don't know who is who, or what's doing what, or... And that's all I want to say on that, because I don't want innocent people to get in trouble for something they didn't do, and I don't want bad people to follow me to innocent people in real life or online. When you get the brake fluid drained out of your car and people are trying to get you to run over them and park so that if your brakes go out they can run in front of you and so you hit somebody. I'm not paranoid. I know what counter surveillance is, and I've seen it. And it happened today. When you clear out an entire hospital just to talk to somebody, it's a little fucking paranoid. It makes people feel a little on edge. It makes them feel a little like they might be in danger. whether you're friends or not and just trying to play a joke, that's not something that's gonna make me feel like I can trust. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you're trying to test to see if I'm a good driver or not, but I know what a soft brake pedal feels like. And I know what people like that do to get you to fuck up so they can put you away for whatever. Because I've seen it. Whatever they want to. That's what I don't understand. Is what have I done besides try to help people? Nothing. I haven't done anything that would warrant getting in, purposely putting me in an accident or something. Because if I was not knowledgeable about vehicles, there's a good chance that my brakes would have went out and I could have hit somebody today. Very easily. 3 different times in 3 different crosswalks. And then again on the way back. To me, that level of surveillance has got to be somebody that's like big people. And when you threaten me, it's not good. I don't know who it is, and I don't want anybody getting in trouble if they're good people. But that kind of stuff doesn't scream good people. That kind of stuff screams, we want to kill you. You know what I mean? That's all I want to say. I'm going to leave the stream running though, because I don't know what's going on anymore. And I'm not trying to spill the beans or anything like that. I'm just saying, because I'm not saying to go after anybody either. Okay, if there's anybody high up listening, I'm just saying, don't go after. I'm not trying to get you to go after people. I'm not trying to get you to find people or anything like that. I just want everyone to know that's involved that I don't know what's going on. I don't understand it. It's moved into the real world, so I've got to be careful. And that's all I can say. Good people, I'm being careful. Bad people, I'm watching for you. And it's not gonna be pretty if you find me. So don't try to find me, because bad shit will happen. If there's bad people trying to find me. That's all I can say. Because good people I'm fine with. Bad people will be eliminated, so to speak. And not by me. I mean, I can defend myself, but I don't. There's fucking so much bigger things at hand right now that I just can't talk about it. I just can't. It would put people in danger that don't need to be put in danger. Because I don't know yet if they're good people or bad people. I believe they are. I want to believe they are. I want to believe with every ounce of my being that everybody is actually good people, and they just think that the other people are bad people, and they're fighting against each other because they think they're bad people, but they're actually both good people trying to help me, and it ends up a big old web of bullshit when we could all just try and work together or something. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret saying. Like, nobody's doing anything illegal or anything like that I know of, aside from whoever the hell did that to my brakes. I don't know who did it, but whoever did it is obviously either trying to show me something or wants me to get in a car accident. That's all I could figure. Like I said, if I wasn't savvy enough to know what a soft brake pedal feels like, there was a good chance that something could have happened. If I didn't have more brake fluid in the car, and it all seemed to happen right after I said that I didn't have a driver's license. Like, you wanted me to get into a fender bender so I'd go to jail for something. For what? I mean, what the hell did I do to you people? I've only ever tried to help people, so I don't understand what I've done. And that's all I can say. I have to be cautious as I possibly can because there are innocent people that only like me and one other person know are safe. They're happy and living lives of happiness. But like I can't be disappeared that way because if it happens, then they don't have protection, so to speak. They're not safe anymore if that happens. They're not here. They're just not safe if that happens because we're like I don't know how to explain it. They've been through the same kind of shit that I've been through. So it's like I have to be careful because there's more than just my things at stake here. My life, my existence, my future. There's more than just that at stake. If I trust the wrong people. I hope you can understand that if you're good people, you will. I hope you will. And if you're bad people, well, hopefully you'll get frustrated and leave. That's all I can say. I really want to do YouTube, but it's been nothing but a fucking battle the entire time. And I've been through enough battles. sustain though. Believe it or not, when I was a kid, I used to be able to break glasses with my voice. Cracked the window in my mom's Subaru once. When I was a kid, after my voice changed, I couldn't go as high as I used to be able to. I could still sing pretty high, but back then, man, I could sing so dogs could only hear me kind of shit, you know what I mean? Like, it was pretty intense. But the way that people made fun of me, that's why I never sang. I never got into it, because I was always afraid that I sang like shit, and that people were just gonna say I was stupid and make fun of me. That's why I took to YouTube. That's why, you know, it was like, because it seemed like out of all the websites that I checked, it seemed like the only one that would have been conducive to that. And I still want to do it, but it's like, I don't know what the hell the fight is. If you do good videos and you upload and you try to make things good, then it should be allowed to be seen if people want to see it, kind of a thing. It's not like, I don't know. I know it sounds petty. That's not how. There's a lot more things going on that I can't even mention. So it's like, just mind-blowing and expanding and confusing all at the same time. Things that are happening for seemingly no apparent reason. Just random weirdness. Every time I think that I understand the reason that it's happening, it changes. And it seems to escalate every time. Whatever the situation. I almost hit it. It's a matter of harmonic resonance. You got to hit the frequency just right in order to do damage, so to speak. That's hard for me to do anymore. I could still hit it once in a while, but I don't know if I could hit it hard enough and long enough to break glass again. I used to be able to when I was a kid, though. It was fairly easy, actually, too, when I was a kid. I could just hit it, and and that's one of the reasons why people made fun of me. I used to be able to go deeper too. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's a little fluctuation there and there now from smoking cigarettes. That's why I say don't ever smoke, because you don't realize it until you've lost it, that it's screwing with you. You know? You don't realize it till it's too late when you're smoking cigarettes. It's just not a good idea. You should quit. If you're smoking, you should quit. Or at least cut back to nearly nothing. And if you're not smoking, don't start. Please. I'm not trying to keep you from being cool or something. I'm trying to keep you from dying. Or from, messing up your breathing or your lungs, or if you sing, it's not conducive to smoke. In the long run, it just makes things worse. It may help you at the time, but in the long run, it just makes things worse. I'm trying to quit smoking. I've been smoking more recently because I've been through some shit, but it's mostly been in my head, I think, but I don't know that for sure. Like I said, I still have to be careful because it's more than just me that I'm worried about on the line. If I disappear, then people can get hurt, and it's not cool. I have to not disappear. It's okay to leave, I just can't disappear. You see what I'm saying? If I'm disappeared, people will notice I'm gone, because they have to notice that I'm gone. Because they're only safe because I'm here, so to speak. Like, there's nobody here particular, but because I know where they're at. I don't know. It's a stupid way to be, but it has to be that way, because you don't know who you can trust. It's really hard to find people you can trust. Because every time you trust somebody, or every time I've trusted somebody, they've come back around and stabbed me in the back for some reason. I have to say that. I'm not trying to say that I'm never going to trust. I'm just trying to say that there's things in my life that I can't talk about. Not illegal things, not stuff that's dangerous for anybody else except innocent people. You see what I'm saying? Like, if people find out where these innocent people are, kind of thing, then they get hurt. So I can't just disappear. If I am disappeared, it will be things that hurt more than just me. So it can't happen. I can go, I can leave, I can, that's fine, but to just disappear would affect more than just me. That's the problem with that. And so I just can't disappear. I can leave, I can go someplace, I can take off and go wherever I want. That's fine. It's just if I can't contact people that I need to contact, then bad things can happen, and it's not good. That's all. That's all I can say about it. I've already said too much. Just drawing attention to myself, it seems like. I do it every time, but it's because I think there's good people that are listening to me, and they have to know. And the bad people need to know that if they come, they're going to not be happy. They're not going to get a good result. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm not trying to protect the bad people either. I'm just want people to know what's going on. If you're bad, there's going to be shit that's going to be bad for you if you come after me. If you're good, there's no problem. Because I know that there's more than one something at play here, and that's what's dragging me around, and that's why I have to be the way I am. I have to be cautious, as cautious as I can. And I've already been, like I said, I've already said too much. I don't know, I'm going to probably sing a song or something here in a minute. I hate having to be like this, I really do. Because it seems to somebody who doesn't know what's going on in my head and what's happened, it seems like I'm being a dick or an asshole, or I'm being like I'm teasing them or some shit like that, and I'm not. I may have in the past, because I didn't understand the full extent of things, but I understand now. So it's like, that's all I can say, is that it's not a joke when people's lives are involved. Jeez. That's pot. I know I already sang this song, but I'm gonna sing it again. I gotta find the right key here. Sing it like Whitney Houston this time. That's a different song. Me, amazing grace. like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace has brought me safe thus far. 'Tis faith will lead me home. There's another verse to it, but I don't remember how it goes. Skibbity bop, skilly bop, skilly bop, 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 doo. Zibbity bop, 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 da, bop, bop, doo, da, bop, bop. Zibba, bop, dee, da, dee, da, dee, da, 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 da. Skilly, dee, 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 skilly, bop, bop, bop. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 zing ding dong. I love old songs like that. Rocking in a treetop all day long, rocking in the wind and singing this song. All the little birdies go tweet, tweet, tweet. Can't remember the rest of the words, dang it. Rockin' Robin, tweet, a tweedly dee, rockin' Robin. It wasn't very good. Rockin' Robin, can't remember the words, so I just make up noises to it. Come here, skull of oil. I used to be able to really do Popeye really good, but I can't do it anymore. I haven't heard him in a long time, that's why. Let's see if we can think of any other songs that I know of that I can sing without having to have words and music. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, home of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring. I can do it better. And I think I forgot the words or mixed them up. It's terrible. But it's a good song. It really is. I mean, I'm not trying to make out like I'm better than anybody. It's just a song that has America in it. You know, I'm not trying to say anything by it. It's just a good song. I like it. Same thing with the national anthem. It's not like, to me, it is a song about the nation, but it's not like, I don't mean it to like we're better than you or anything like that. I just want people to know that when I sing something like that, it's not because I'm trying to say that I'm from America, it makes me better than you or some crap like that. No, it's just a nice song. It just happens to be an anthem, you know. I'd sing your anthem too if I knew how it goes. Like, I used to know the Canadian national anthem, but I only know bits and pieces of it now. It's kind of like My Country 'Tis of Thee. The melody, anyways, if I remember correctly, it's similar to that, but the words are different. If I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been a long time since I heard it. No, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight nor the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. No, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free, and the home, oh, damn it, of the brave. That last part I sang it too high, dang it. That was a waste. I hate it when I do that. I hit a dead spot because I sang it too high. I've got a couple of dead spots in my high range and my low range that I hit once in a while if I don't have my throat opened up just right. And even then, sometimes I still hit it. That's why you shouldn't smoke. You get dead spots in your voice. Or not be able to talk at all. Have a hole in your throat. You know? Not making fun of it because it's not funny. it should be an eye-opening thing. That's one of the reasons why I've been trying to cut back and quit tubes, because I don't want to get throat cancer or lung cancer or something like that. I want to be able to sing. The thing is I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say now. I know they're bad for me, but they help too at the same time for me, because I started smoking. If I'd have never started smoking, they wouldn't help me. They'd make me sick. I wouldn't need a cigarette to de-stress. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't have that nicotine. The nicotine craving is what helps to stress me out. If I didn't have that, then I wouldn't need to smoke. You see what I'm saying? So just don't ever smoke. It's not a good idea. If you've never started, don't start. There's other ways to de-stress. Breathing exercises, things that you can do besides kill yourself. I'm not killing myself, but I am at the same time by smoking these. If I were to keep smoking and keep increasing this amount of smoking that I've been doing recently, it wouldn't be very long before I wouldn't be able to sing at all, probably. And especially these cigarettes, because they don't have a cotton filter, they have fiberglass filters, so it screws with your lungs and your throats a lot worse than the other ones that I smoke. Even though they both equally can make you sick and cause cancer and stuff like that, these are worse. They're just harsher on your throat and on your lungs and everything, because the cotton filter doesn't send little particles of fiberglass into your lungs every time you take a drag. They would say that this doesn't either, but they also said that cigarettes wouldn't kill you. So there was a point in time where cigarettes were actually considered healthy and advertised on TV and shit. Pardon my language, I don't mean to swear. I'm trying to get better at that, I really am. But, I mean, there was a time when opium was healthy. They would, they'd give you laudanum and codeine for a toothache, like stuff that you didn't. The codeine I can understand, but the laudanum or the opium or the hallucinogens and stuff, it don't make sense. Like, there used to be stuff that was that literally, I guess today they'd be considered snake oil salesmen, would sell to people that either didn't really do anything or made them addicted to it. It's just not a good idea to smoke. Just please don't. If you value your life at all, don't do it. If you value the way your family is going to see you in the future, don't do it. Because I've been lucky, and that's all I can say about that. I know people that have smoked far less amount of years than I have, and have gotten lung cancer or throat cancer from it. So I've been lucky, and that's all I can say. It's not going to last forever. If I were to keep smoking, eventually I'm going to get something. Something's going to happen, especially if I smoke these things. The electric cigarette, I don't know, because it's still got nicotine in it, but it doesn't have the smoke. And I think that's what gives you the most tar and stuff like in your lungs that makes it hard to breathe. But smoking in general, even the electric cigarettes, because it's got nicotine in it, it makes it addictive. And you're inhaling vapor, which is moisture, so it's like sucking water into your lungs. So eventually that's got to do something to you. That's why I don't understand the whole vape thing. People trying to take big, huge, gigantic puffs of, what is it? Is there even any nicotine in it? Is there just flavored water type stuff? And if it's just flavored water, then you're going to end up giving yourself pneumonia or an infection or something. Your lungs aren't designed to inhale water. I mean, quite literally, like, it's what is it? It's like, I don't know this for a fact because I haven't looked it up in a long time, but it's like, what, 3 tablespoons of water in your lungs or something like that can make it, you can drown on. It's like a half a tablespoon for a baby or an infant. It's like... Not very much. I know that. It's not very much. It doesn't take very much water in your lungs to drown. So if you're inhaling that much moisture from them. You know, you blow a lot of it out because it's still vapor, but there's got to be some that's residual and staying inside you, and if you do it enough, I imagine it'd do damage to you some way or another. So I wouldn't recommend starting those either if you've never done them, because the nicotine alone is the reason not to start. The stuff without the nicotine, I don't know. I'd have to do more studies on it, but I still wouldn't recommend it because you're inhaling something into your lungs that really you don't need to. There's bound to be some sort of a carcinogen in the flavoring or the fluid itself somehow. There's bound to be. There almost always is something that we never know about until they've already made enough money and can pay off the fines and still be rich. That's what I don't like about a lot of stuff today, is like a lot of things today will get passed and approved of by people we're supposed to trust to test things, but the people know that it'll be just fine, but at 2 years down the road, after we've made all of our money off of it, that's when shit'll start showing up. We'll pay a little bit of a settlement and we'll still be billionaires. You know, it's like wrong. It'll help people now, but if it's going to kill, you know, if it's only going to help 100 people, but it's going to end up killing 1,000 people in the long run, that's not beneficial, you know. Not to anybody else but the person selling the drug. There's so many side effects on things nowadays. There may have been in the past too, but they didn't seem like they were that bad. It's like you go in for diarrhea and you come out with a fucking headache and constipation. It's like partial blurry vision or something, you know. It's like all the side effects are worse than the drug itself, and most of the side effects don't happen to everybody. They're like a most common side effects thing that they say, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't. They could have happened to a majority of the test and still say most commonly if it didn't happen to everybody. You see what I'm saying? I'm not against pharmaceutical companies. I don't want them to go down. I don't want to take anybody down. I'm not trying to do anything like that. With my information, I just want people to realize that there's bigger things in life than making money. You got to make a little bit to survive, because that's the way the world works right now. But you don't have to make enough, more than you, so much that you can't spend it, or that you could spend it, but you're just gonna buy shit that pardon my language again. You're just gonna buy stuff that you don't need or whatever. If you got that kind of money, you should be helping people somehow. Not hoarding it all to yourself until everybody dies and then you get the world to yourself. Because what good is that? What's your money gonna do then? Who are you gonna give it to buy things? You know, and it's like, I don't understand that line of thinking. I want to be all powerful, so give me all the money and I'll just sit on it and hope people worship me. Fuck that. Pardon my language again, but no. It's just gotta have money to live, because that's the way the world works right now, but you don't need to be rich. Rich does nothing but make you unhappy, because then it makes you realize how many other people are less happy than you. And so in the long run, if you have any feelings at all, it's just going to make you depressed, knowing that there's starving people in Africa while you've got a bathtub filled with money. You know, pardon my language again, but that's just, to me, that makes sense. If you can roll in cash and watch a child starve to death, then there's something wrong with you, kind of a thing. If you're rolling in cash. That's the way I see it. Sometimes lots of money doesn't mean you're rolling in it. Lots of money does not mean you're rich if your money goes out every month to pay bills, so to speak. You know, like if you say you own a website, you've got to pay the not the programmers, but the programmers, the people that maintain it, the people that update it, all that stuff. I can understand that. I understand that just because a company might be rich, that the person himself might not be. It might be all tied up in other things. But not all of them are that way. There's some really wealthy people that just sit on their money because they know they can affect the world by holding their money and not spending it or sharing it with people. You know, and and they do it, but they do it for nefarious things, to make more money instead of help the world. Or buy big, huge, extravagant mansions and stuff. What do you need? What does one person need a 35-room mansion for? Tell me that. You know, it just doesn't make sense. It's an over expenditure. Not to mention the money that it's going to cost to heat that sucker in the winter or keep it cool in the summer. That's going to put in groundskeeping and all that other stuff. It can put you in the poorhouse faster than buying junk. You know, heck with that. It's a waste of money. I mean, the White House is okay, I guess, because it's an icon and it's the way it is. You can't just let anybody move in there. You know what I mean? But it also seems like somewhat of a waste. But there's so much bigger money involved than that in that situation that it's to argue about the landscaping at the White House is pointless. You know what I mean? Because if the yard's 4 feet tall and there's a motor swinging in the tree, buddy, that's a house where a gun lives. No. That's not a Garth Brooks. That was a Jeff Foxworthy joke. You walk up on a house where the grass is 4 feet tall and there's a motor swinging in the tree, buddy, that's a house where a gun lives. You break into my house, I will shoot you. You break in the house where my wife's home and she'll shoot you and then she'll yell at you for a half an hour why she shot you. And you bleed on my carpet, I'll shoot you again. That was funny. I like that joke. It's just a joke, even though it's not necessarily wrong. You break in my house, it ain't gonna be pretty. Unless you know what you're doing, I guess. I don't need guns. I have one that is an antique. I don't even have bullets for it except for one that's like in a bag somewheres that I don't even know would fit it. All I've got is a baseball bat and a machete and my martial arts skills. You know, Krav Maga, little Jiu-Jitsu, and a little Taekwondo. It's not a pretty fighting style. That Krav Maga can be pretty intense, but you got to have self-restraint to not use it. That's the thing, is it's only supposed to be used in emergencies, like self-defense, literally, because it can it ends a fight quickly. That's to put it shortly. And it's not exactly pleasant for a person if they don't know what it is or how to defend against it. So it's better to not use it, because it's not smart. And in fact, I think a person who is trained in it properly can actually go to jail if they kill somebody or hurt somebody that way, you know, for using like lethal weapons or something like that. Which is why I don't like violence, because I would be afraid to hurt people. That's why violence turns me off. Anytime any sort of anger or aggression towards me makes me walk away, because I don't want to have to do that kind of thing. I know it's... People will think I'm full of crap, and they go ahead, think I'm full of crap if you want, but don't have any reason to lie about something like that. I really don't. I don't want to have to use that kind of thing. And I don't believe in shooting people unless you absolutely have to. Like, they've got a gun to your head. Which is why I don't... well, legally I'm not supposed to own a gun. It's an antique. It's like a collector's item. It's not really... I mean, it would shoot if I put the bullet in it and made some tweaks, but it would be hard. It would take a while. It's not something that I can just pick up and fire. It was in a fire, so the barrel's warped and everything else. I really don't need any weapons. It just makes things worse. Because then it's with a weapon. But because that's what I've been told, though, that you don't need a weapon because you're considered a weapon, so to speak. I'm not that trained though. I mean, I learned most of it, but it wasn't from like a proper dojo. It was from a retired sensei type person. You know, he taught me all kinds of stuff. I did lots of stuff. I tried to find something new to do just about every year when I was homeless, to find something I can learn. Once I learned something, I moved on to something else. That's how I've always gone and done things. But I'm at the point in my life now where I'm tired of moving on, and I want to keep learning, but I don't want to keep bouncing around. I'm tired of it. I don't want to be in the same hole though either. If that makes sense. I want to have a relationship and a life and a family and all the stuff that everybody wants. You know, the happiness. I don't know. A little bit of serenity in your life to know that you don't have to feel like the weight of the world's on your shoulders, kind of a thing. It's not. I feel like that sometimes, but it's not. I don't do enough to feel like that. But it feels that way sometimes. I understand that it's not right, because I'm just a small fish in a big pan. But I've got things in my life that are bigger than a lot of things. And that's all I can say. I don't know how to take them just yet. To fly like an eagle to the sea, fly like an eagle, and my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free, fly so far into the future. Do 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 do. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Do 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 do. And I want to fly like an eagle to the sea, fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle until I'm free, fly so high into the sky. I think you're supposed to say future there, not sky, but oh well. It's been a long time since I heard that song. That was the song I used to listen to when I was a kid. That one and Baby, Baby, the stars are shining for you. The birds around are singing you a chord. No, that's later on. It's Baby, Baby, in any kind of weather. And I'm here for you always and forever. Stop for a minute, baby, I'm so glad you're mine. Ooh, yeah. 'Cause ever since that day you put my heart in motion, baby, I realized that there's just no getting over you. It goes back into another chorus. It's like, baby, baby, we're walking through the forest. The birds around us singing you a chorus. Baby, baby, the stars are shining for you. The angels up above adore you. Something like that. Stop for a minute. Baby, I'm so glad you're mine. Ooh, yeah. 'Cause ever since that day you put my heart in motion, baby, I realize that there's just no getting over you. I used to be able to sing it just like her when I was a kid. It's another reason why people made fun of me, because I sang like a girl. I don't understand what's wrong with singing like a girl, though, if you can actually do it. It's not singing like a girl, it's singing like you. I know that now, but I didn't then. And that's what's the problem. I would have probably been somewhere already by now if I had not been convinced that I sucked when I was a kid. You know, I would have at least been in a choir or something somewhere, because that's what I was started out in, was choir. But I left it. I stayed away from it because people made fun of me because I was the only boy in class that sang that high. Because when I was a kid, I didn't have the low end that I have now. It was all high. It was all what's that word? They said not super alto. It's something else. It's not super soprano. It was something else. It was like, I can't remember what the hell it's called though. It's like super soprano, but it's something else. I can't remember what the word is. There's an actual technical word for it. High soprano, I think, is all it was. It was called like high soprano, because I could literally sing high enough that only dogs could hear me. Like a dog whistle, and that's pretty high pitched that only a dog could hear it. I know it doesn't sound real, doesn't sound plausible, but I tested it when I was a kid. I used to test it all the time. I used to piss off the neighbor's dog with it. Because the dog pissed me off. It was always chasing after our cat. It's hard. I don't know if I could do it, even if I try. I don't know if you'd be able to hear it anyways. And it's hard to hit that hot spot because you gotta go really fucking high for that sucker. Yeah, it's not coming. Either that or I hit it and I just couldn't hear it, because I can't hear it. Sometimes I can hear a dog whistle, but not very clearly. It's like off in the distance. So if there's other background noises and stuff, I couldn't hear it. And I can't always hear it either. Sometimes they're like just out of the point where I could hear them. Like they're not tuned exactly to that frequency that I can hear. They're a little bit higher or a little bit lower. That's one frequency that's it's like a dead spot, so to speak. I used to be able to hear it sometimes, though. I haven't been able to hear a dog whistle for a long time. I've still got really good hearing, but I haven't been able to hear a dog whistle, that high pitch of a sound, in a long time. But when I could sing it, I used to be able to hear it. So to be honest, I don't know if I could still hear it now or not. I can't hear a dog whistle. Like if you blow a dog whistle, I can't hear it now like I used to be able to. So I probably can't sing it that high anymore. But I know I could back then because it pissed the dog off and I could hear it. He'd sit there and he'd just be confused, so confused. Like, where is that coming from? My God, what is it? It wasn't like it wasn't like pissing him off or I was torturing him. It was just like, what is that noise? God. Like an LRAD kind of thing, you know? I think that's what it's called, LRAD. Isn't that the thing where it's like a big square speaker that they point at crowds that are supposed to irritate them or give them a headache or something like that? I think that's called an LRAD. No, that's laser. Is it? No, that's LRAD is the thing that they use on a helicopter, isn't it, to find people in the dark? What am I thinking of? I can't remember what it's called. There's a name for it, and it's real obvious and familiar. Well, it doesn't matter. But anyways, they used like high-pitched tones and frequencies to try and disperse large crowds and things like that. It's supposed to be a non-harmful solution to like water cannons and pepper spray and guns and rubber bullets. It doesn't always work, though. Sometimes people can just tolerate it. For how long is a different story. And that's the only reason it can be considered effective, is because eventually people just get tired of hearing it, or they get a headache or something, and they gotta get away from it. I don't know how long I could stand one. I can take a lot of weird frequencies. You know, I used to listen to 6 of them at the same time when I was watching YouTube videos. I'd pick 6 different frequencies and listen to them all. It's like one just wasn't enough. I don't know what it is with me and harmonic resonance and frequencies that are in the right zones. It's like a tap. It's like turning on a tap. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the energy just starts flowing through me then. I don't have to try and get the surge. It just starts flowing. I don't know how else to explain it. And I don't know if it would work for everybody, because I think you have to be tapped into something in your brain to be able to do that, to like get that feeling. I don't know. I think it's you waking up your lizard brain, so to speak, or whatever you want to call that. I forget what it's called. Oh God, there's a name for it, and it's really obvious too, and I can't remember what it's called though. I just heard it the other day too. Activating your pineal gland. I think that's what I was thinking of, is the pineal gland. But most of those only have one frequency going at a time, and for me, one's just, it doesn't cut it. It's got to have, like, I had 6 of them going, but I tried to find ones that were complements to each other, so it just made the frequency more harmonic rather than chaotic. It turned it into like a different frequency combination. I don't know how to explain it. That wasn't the one where I saw the portal, though. The portal one was a Mandelbrot fractal zoom with a frequency. I don't remember which frequency it was, but if you sat there and you stared at it long enough, you watched it with the frequency, you could look away at another screen and you would literally see like a portal forming in the television. It was just crazy. I'm sure it was just an optical illusion from staring at the center of a fractal zoom. You know what I mean? But it was awfully real looking, you know? Like, you could see the definition of the sides of it opening up and stuff. It was really weird. I didn't, like, try to climb into it or anything like that, but I'm sure it was just a, you know, it was a, what do you call it? What did I just say? I just said it a second ago. Like a hallucination, kind of, from staring at the TV as it's doing a zoom thing. You know, like, if you stare at one spot on the wall, and don't move your eyes and don't blink, and you stare at that exact same spot and keep staring at it, that exact same spot, eventually everything else around that spot just kind of fades to white. I don't know if you've ever done that before. You can't move your eyes though. You have to stare at that one dot. It has to be a dot, not a big spot, like a little spot. If you stare at it long enough, everything else in your peripheral will just kind of turn to white, and all you see is that dot. But if you try to look in your peripheral, everything comes back. It's like tunnel vision. It's already like an explained phenomenon, I'm sure. And it's no joke. It might be funny, but it's no joke. You can look it up yourself if you want. Mandelbrot, Manderblot, fractal zoom. Like, if you can find one that's really long, that's how you want to find one. And you want one that just goes straight down the middle, not one that curves off to the sides like they do. Because if you find one that goes straight down the middle, and then you can do it. I did it a couple of times. It's not like it's real that you can touch it and go through it or anything like that. I mean, I guess I don't know that. I can't say it's not because I didn't try it. I assumed it wasn't real. It was just a hallucination from staring at a tunnel, you know, a moving tunnel, basically. You do it long enough, and yeah, you'll get tunnel vision. So you look away, and it'll seem like you're still looking down that tunnel. I know how that works. I'm pretty sure that's all it was, but it was still, being able to see it form was the weirdest part, because it was like it started out as nothing and then just formed. It wasn't like I just looked over and there it was. It actually, you could actually see it like forming. That was the trippy part. It's like you shouldn't be able to see it forming. It should just be there. If it's a hallucination, it should just be there. It shouldn't need to form. It should already be formed. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how, you know, like you stare at something too long. If you look at the sun and then close your eyes, you can see a yellow dot in your vision even though your eyes are closed. I don't know what it's called. There's a name for it, but I can't think of it right now. Damaging your retinas.